Now let's move on to announcements. And today, though, I have something I want to talk about, and then we'll talk about the nothing phone, or whether you guys are going to be getting the nothing phone. But the most important thing here in the US, you can now text to 988 as an emergency if you're having any suicidal tendencies or you have something like that that's happening to you. But this is Android, but of course you have an Android phone, you use that to text. And so as of the 15th, the FCC passes that mandate that, starting the 16th, that is today, carriers should make it possible for people to be able to, text to 988. So we'll put that in the show notes and all of that. So that's that. And then
what is the FCC?
They just won't let me be. Me down on MTV.
The Federal Communications, whatever. That tells you how much I remember what.
So is it like a government government?
Yeah, it's a government thing, and so they're making it now for people to be able to text, because sometimes people just want to text instead of talking. So it really makes sense that we have that support. So beginning today, the carriers should make that happen.
That's very good, because sometimes you do need to communicate with someone else, but it might be that you've got other people around or nearby and you don't want them to all hear what you're saying, or you're just not good on phone calls. Some people aren't, are they?
And
how many of us spend our time phoning people? Most of my time with my phone, I'm just messaging and mucking about on social media and stuff. I don't actually make that many calls. I do make some, but not that many.
And the truth is that you have some people with certain disabilities that are not going to be able to talk. And
yes,
so
that's
being
true
able
too.
to text, and that's what they highlight in this mandate or this announcement. And I think that's a good thing, because if you cannot talk, then you should be able to text if that's possible. Then, you're covering, or making it inclusive for everyone to have the ability to reach that service.
Or if you can talk, but you can't hear, then
exactly,
the texts will be really good, wouldn't they? Because you can still read them, and
yeah.
And actually, if you're deafblind and you had a braille display, you could use that as well. And that's really positive. That's a really good thing.
I don't know about the process right now, but I'm pretty sure Canada doesn't have this yet. But it is coming in the hopefully within the next year or two. We always seem to be a little bit behind the US when it comes to emergency numbers. But yeah, I guess if we're kind of going on that route of the mental health emergency line, we probably should also just make sure people are aware as well that United Way 211 does exist in majority of the states for non-mental health emergencies. They're there to help you navigate your resources.
That is beautiful.
In the UK, we have the Samaritans. I don't know their number offhand. I don't think you can text them, but you can certainly phone them. You may be able to text them now as well. I'm really not sure. We probably need to find out.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I didn't know you guys had something called the Samaritans. That's a good one. I like that.
So yeah, Canada and US United Way 211 offers calling, texting, and online chats for basically any kind of mental health crisis that is non-emergent.
Now let's talk about the Christmas tree phone. That's a nothing phone. I call it the Christmas tree because in reality, so what sets the nothing phone from Carl Pei apart from others is the fact that he's trying to do something different, have a different look. Make it look transparent or whatever. I think Xiaomi had something like that or something like that in the past. But I think that what sets the nothing phone apart is the fact that, all those lights, but the lights are in the back. So the whole idea is you put your phone face down. So my goodness, why do I want to keep my phone face down so I can see the lights? So
Wait, this phone is actually called the Nothing phone.
Yes.
yeah.
And to make things even better, you can also
I've-
pair them with your Nothing earbuds.
I've missed this somehow. What?
Well, it's out of the UK there. He's based in the UK.
Well,
So
nothing comes out of the UK.
yeah, well, nothing is bringing something, you know.
He's built nothing out of something.
That's really, why would you call it nothing? That's so strange.
Well, he has to differentiate himself from the others. So it's nothing, you know.
It's nothing.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But so the whole idea of the Nothing Phone One, it's called Nothing Phone One. The whole idea is to make it stand out. It looks, from the reviews, it looks like the Fruitvale device, except that, you know, you have those lights in the back that is referred to as the glyph, you know, maybe GLIFF or something. So I call it the Christmas tree.
You're
The Christmas.
dreaming. Is this real?
Some guy had a very nice review of it, and he criticizes where he needs to criticize, because the lights, the LED lights, are like just mainly white, to where you wouldn't know what light is for what notification and stuff like that. And the fact that you have to put your phone face down, I'm like, oh my goodness, why do I need to keep my phone face down if I want to see the lights? And now, if you're blind, then, you know, this is of no use to you, of course. However, so I will also include that in the show notes, his YouTube channel, so people can take a listen to that. I think the guy did a good job at describing it. And it sounds to me like he copied a lot of things from the Fruitvale and old Samsung way of doing things, because the power is on the right-hand side and the volume rocker is on the left-hand side. I hate phones that have that. And that's why I don't like my
That's
Fruitvale.
annoying.
Oh, it is very annoying. Ugh.
If I want to be hitting the buttons, I want to be hitting them with one thumb, not like
Exactly.
2 fingers.
Yeah. And so it just, I think maybe he likes the Fruitvale phone too much, the iPhone too much, or maybe the old Samsung phones. You know how the old Samsung phones used to be like
Yeah,
that?
they had that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
what,
hated
like,
that. I hated
what
that.
else has it got apart from these LEDs then? Like, why would you buy it, really?
Well, so this is a mid-range phone rocking a Qualcomm 778 G plus. So it's a medium range phone. It's a mid-ranger. Sales for £399, so British pounds, that's 400 pounds to be precise. And then, of course, you know, you can't get it here in the US. I mean, you can try to import it, but that's on you. The guy that was reviewing it is saying it doesn't get the 5G on the AT&T network that he's on. So it's definitely not certified for the US or the North American market. You know, those of us here in the US and in Canada, we probably don't want to get that, maybe until next time if he brings it to our market. But right now, we have nothing.
If it's called the Nothing phone, really, they should start with version 0, surely.
You would think, because if
You
you're on
know.
phone 1, you got something.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
if you're called nothing, you can't have something.
No.
You know,
You
you guys are right. I think they made a mistake. It should be phone 0, so it's nothing. How come no one thought? How come no one thought of that?
Nothing, because even if you're saying phone 0, you still got something out of nothing.
Yeah, it should just be the Nothing 0.
Or call it here.
Yeah, but then I think
then
also,
or the Nothing 2C.
And according to this review, though, the UI is stock, you know, so the OS is the Nothing OS, you know, that's their own skin or Android.
So there's going to be nothing there.
And so, but then he says the only thing that's a little bit different, they have a recorder of their own, and then they have the camera is not, you know, like a Google camera. So, and the camera, according to this review, you know, don't expect much from it, because it's just a mid-ranger. Let's be honest. It's just like we're talking about, you know, things like the Galaxy A53, the Pixel 6As, and all of that. That's the spot that this thing is trying to hit. So it's trying to compete in this section where you have the mid-rangers of all sorts from different manufacturers and companies. And so that's what the Nothing phone is all about. And I call it the Christmas tree phone.
I mean, I would love to see one of those just to play with the lights on the back and basically turn it to a disco ball, but that's about as far as I could see me using it.
Yeah, so that's the Nothing phone there, and people kind of like it in the sense that it looks different. So maybe one of our friends, my friend, is going to get it, and so he'll review it for our podcast.
So look at that. Something was made out of nothing.
Yeah. Before we bring the announcement segment to a close, I do want to mention here in passing that you can now use your Google Play points toward purchases from the Google Store. In other words, what I'm talking about here is that when you have those Play points, that is, when you buy things from Google Play, you kind of get some points. When those points add up, you can actually redeem those and apply them toward your Google Store purchases. In other words, you want to buy a phone or whatever, you can use those as part of the payment. Now, you have to have a lot of those things because as I understand it, though, one has to have at least maybe 500 points, and that gives you, I think, like a $10 to apply toward your purchase or whatever. So you have things like $30, $50, $100, and I think the max is like $200 or something like that. So whatever the case is, start saving those Google Play points so you can apply those in your Google Store purchases. And once you redeem the code for the Google Store purchase, you have at least 30 days within which to use those. So be sure that you are ready to do that before you apply those or redeem the code to make it useful for you. You let 30 days pass and then you've lost it. Anyway, this is not something that probably has hit a lot of devices yet, but it's something to look forward to.